So as for my results, are you ready for this? I lost 5 pounds in 5 days. Yes, you heard me right. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Stasia and I'm following a high carb, low fat, oil-free plant-based diet. Today's video is a much requested video. I will be showing you a typical day of what I ate in a day to lose 5 pounds in 5 days. If you are on a health and weight loss journey yourself, then be sure to grab a copy of my recipe weight loss ebook. It is 25% off. The link will be in my description box below. All right, so let's get into it. So for most of you who have been following me, you know that most of my breakfasts usually consist of oatmeal, but I've been kind of getting a little tired of just regular oatmeal. So I've been having a lot of smoothies lately, whether it be a green smoothie or a starchy smoothie for breakfast. So here I'm just showing you a typical starchy smoothie that I had that week. So here is just half of a banana, about a cup of frozen mango, 1 cup of unsweetened vanilla plant-based milk, about 1/4 cup to 1/3 of a cup of quick oats, as well as 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. If you're watching your fats and not wanting to have any at all, then just omit the flaxseed. Now I do have a general rule of thumb when it comes to using fruit in my smoothies. I'll only use the same amount of fruit that I would actually sit down to eat in its whole state. That just prevents me from overdoing it on the fruits. Another thing worth noting is that when I used to have just fruit smoothies, I would find myself pretty hungry shortly afterwards. So when you add starch to a smoothie, whether that be the quick oats or even cooked beans or canned beans, you would be surprised how full you will stay for a pretty long period of time. They're super convenient when you're on the go or you just don't have a lot of time to cook. So I had a smoothie with just a piece of toast and jam. And seriously, it took like 5 minutes to make this whole breakfast. If you're interested in some of my other starchy smoothie recipes, I have them here on my channel, but they're also included in my recipe weight loss ebook. Definitely one of my favorite go-to breakfasts. Okay, so this is the one that so many of you guys were asking about, and so I wanted to show you just how easy it is to throw together a starchy soup, and this is basically like no recipe. So as you can see, I just dumped a bunch of frozen veggies into a pot, and then I just threw a bowl full, which was just 1 zucchini chopped up, and any extra starchy veggies that you'd like. If you have celery, if you have peppers, throw them in, onions, garlic, anything that you like. And then I threw in 2 cans of white kidney beans. That was my starch of choice, as well as a tablespoon of ground oregano and about a tablespoon of Vegeta seasoning, soup seasoning, but any soup seasoning will work. And then I just mixed it up, filled it up with water, and brought it to a boil and then a simmer, and then just let it cook until all the veggies were soft. I let it cool a little bit and then I blended it up and added a little bit of pepper, and that was it. Now it's totally up to you. If you want to blend it, you can also just eat it as is. I personally like it blended and my kids like it blended, but that's literally just a matter of preference. Either way will work. A lot of you asked if I ate anything else alongside the starchy soup, and the answer is no. For the meals that I ate the soup, I just ate as much of the soup until I felt full. Okay, so as for my dinner, this was also something else that I had prepped in advance when I made my soup for the 5 days. So this is my sweet beans dish. This recipe can actually also be found on my channel or in my recipe weight loss ebook, but it makes a lot of food. I actually usually freeze it most of the time. It's a favorite of my kids, but it is just so good. It can be eaten hot or cold, so it makes for a really nice dish to bring along with you if you have to go to work or leave the house. At any rate, I ate this probably 3 or 4 times out of the 5 days for dinner. So as you can see, I just had my sweet beans dish. I just threw a non-starchy salad on the side just from a coleslaw mix at the store, and added my maple Dijon dressing, which also is in my recipe ebook. It's one dressing that I use all the time. So I threw that dinner together in 5 minutes. Ooh, now that the fall weather is here, well, at least in Ontario, it's getting real nice and cool. I have been craving everything warm and delicious. So applesauce has been a huge hit at this house and my kids are loving it. So it is super easy to make. Same thing with the fruit, the same rule of thumb, just use as many apples as you would actually be able to eat. So in this case, I used 2 apples that I just sliced and peeled. Added a few dashes of apple spice and a splash of water. About halfway through cooking, you're probably going to need a little bit more liquid, but instead of water, you're going to add some vanilla plant-based milk and a splash of vanilla extract. You want to bring them to a boil until they're nice and soft and most of the liquid is gone, and then blend it up. Here I just topped it with a couple of walnuts and it was delicious. I hope you have enjoyed these low-fat, oil-free recipes. If it's your first time here, then be sure to hit subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.